Okay, next is education. Got quite a few here. This particular book, E.G. West, Education and the State, a Study of Political Economy, 3rd edition. Let me just see the publication date. I'm actually using this book for a paper I'm writing on, how will I put it, looking at compulsory schooling, and I think it's unethical, politically unethical. This was published in 1994, 65 is the original. Interestingly, Myron Lieberman makes a comment on the book saying it's a challenge to state-run education. Certainly is. E.G. West also wrote a chapter, actually I have it over here, in this book, Radical Views of Compulsory Schooling. This also has what's his name? Rothbard in it. This is kind of a libertarian book on public education. David Boaz is certainly a libertarian. I don't know about the Rickenbacker guy, but David Boaz wrote a primer, Libertarianism, a primer, which I have, very good book. Okay, Smart Schools, From Training Memories to Educating Minds, David Perkins. I thought this might be interesting. It's written in 92. So it's something to flip through. It was free. Pretty much everything you're going to be seeing from now on was free. Endangered Minds, Why Children Don't Think and What We Can Do About It. I don't know how many books have been written on this topic. It reminds me of Why Johnny Can't Think. There was a famous book written, Why Johnny Can't Read. And then later someone made a Why Johnny Can't Think. And certainly the objectivists talk about why Johnny can't think, because of conceptual overload based on teaching things hierarchically. If that doesn't mean anything to you, I recommend you look into that. 1990 is this one. Schools That Work, America's Most Innovative Public Education Programs. I guess this is exactly what that is, a study of good programs across the states, and they're hoping that other people pick them up. I just want to see if Montessori's in here. Nope, no Montessori. Maybe they're just talking about public education then, public schools, what public schools work and which ones don't. Here's DeBono's thinking course. I thought this was odd. It looks like a manual to like improve your thinking or something. Here's pretty much a textbook on curriculum. I don't have a textbook on curriculum, so I thought I would have one. There was quite a few there. I just picked one out. This is by Ornstein and Linda somebody. Another book. This is a postmodernism curriculum book. Curriculum for Utopia, Social Reconstruction, and Critical Pedagogy in the Postmodern Era. I will certainly have a look at what they're espousing. Teachers as Intellectuals Toward a Critical Pedagogy of Learning, Henry A. Giroux. You may know him. He is basically a student of Paulo Freire. It actually looks like an introduction to him. Introduction from Paulo Freire. There's a foreword by Peter McLaren. He's in the same camp of critical pedagogy. Certainly don't agree with critical theorists. They're critical studies people. They're pretty much anti-West, certainly anti-political freedom. They're pretty much in the Marxist camps. Same with Paulo Freire. You should see what Paulo Freire used to dress. His formal wear was pretty much the same as what China presidents wear. Very, very political. And what's interesting is these are the same people who say that education can only be political. You can't separate it. But, of course, that's always the case if education is run by the state. Then it is political. So what we should do is make education not political by not being biased. But they don't agree with that. They would say, oh, no, you have to be biased. You have to espouse something. So, anyways, teachers as intellectuals, I don't know. That's a tough one. Teachers have to be, especially the state of today, where some teachers see kids more than their own parents. They have to be they're an important adult in kids' lives today, teachers. I am just very skeptical, very wary, and very afraid of them being considered intellectuals. Maybe one day they could be, with the appropriate teacher education they could be, and that might be a good role for them. But right now, especially with labor unions, they are very much a blue-collar group, and they can be better, though. They can be better with professionalism. So I think this is an ideal and not a bad one, but it's not going today. It's not a good thing to say today. Okay, here's Schools Out, the Catastrophe in Public Education, What We Can Do About It. So there's another book on something wrong with the schools and how to fix it. It's been beaten, but no one, I don't think anyone, except for perhaps some of the books I have, which are not mainstream, very, very few of them will say that the public education is a problem, that it's because it's public, because it's not private, that's the problem. Because they're not writing about why private schools are failing, why Montessori schools fail or something, because those don't fail. It's the public schools are failing. That's all the people they're writing about. But no one seems to be seeing the elephant in the room. And one more, bringing English to order. This is something, I think this is supposed to be about how English is taught in high school. And, I don't know if I can say anything else about it, though. Let me see. Some of the chapters here. Yes, it's all about teaching English. The ideology and politics of English grammar. So, yeah, teaching English. Okay, last pile is psychology.